Africa and Asia Hey everybody, Andrew here and welcome back to my channel. Miss Universe is only days away. It is airing this Sunday and now the preliminary competitions have passed and I'm giving you guys my final picks for the big event. Now I just want to kind of clarify before we get into it. These are all strictly based off of my opinions. My first prediction video, I got a lot of comments, and I'm happy that you guys are so passionate about this, but just remember, let's not be rude. These are just my personal opinions and my personal favorites, so just keep that in mind before commenting. I know it's not going to deter any of you from saying anything negative, but just want to let you know I've seen it, and you guys, some of you, are not very nice, so I see you. Anyways, let's jump right into it. So I initially thought that they were getting rid of the origin part. Last year they did 4 girls, 1 from each region, whether it was the Americas, Europe, Africa, Asian Pacific. And they had a wild card and I heard that was going away, but now I heard it's coming back. But instead of 4 girls from each region, they're now doing 5 girls from each region, as well as 5 wild card girls. So it's going to be a top 20, and then from top 20 they are going directly into a top 10 who will both compete in swimsuit and evening wear. The top 20, which I said before, they are going to be kind of doing a question and answer like they did the last couple of years, but they're actually going to be scored on that now, and then that's how they're going to determine the top 10 who will then go on to swimsuit and evening wear, and then from there they'll choose the top 5 who will do question and answer round, and then the top 3 who will do the final word, and then obviously, as you know, we got crowning moment. So let's get right into it. So it took me a long time, but I broke the girls down to my top, and then I organized them into their regions, which is harder than you may think, but I think I have my top 20. So let's start with the Americas. First up, Colombia. Colombia has been a favorite of social media and a favorite girl for the crown since this whole thing started, so I'm definitely sure we're gonna see her. Next, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, you guys showed a lot of love for Puerto Rico my first video. I didn't have her included in any of my placements, but seeing her once she got to Thailand was kind of that validation I needed. Canada, USA, and Ecuador. Ecuador is also somebody I'm warming up to a lot more after the preliminary rounds. Moving on to Europe. I think we're gonna see Spain in the top. Great Britain is another one, another new favorite of mine. Hungary, I had her in wild card last round, but I think she is special enough to be in the top 20. Russia, new favorite. And Albania. Albania is young, and you can tell that Albania is young just by how she's presenting herself on stage. She said she's still in high school. She's trying a little too hard to be sexy, and I think if she makes the top 20, which I think she is capable of doing, I kind of hope she just tones it down and a little less of that and just more of smile. Let's move on to Africa and Asia Pacific. Australia, definitely a standout. Since she got there, Australia is stunning. Thailand, hometown sweetheart, definitely gonna get a spot. Philippines, the favorite coming into this whole thing. South Africa, and Kenya. Kenya's a new favorite. Kenya has like the most beautiful face. My wild cards. Lebanon, I'm rooting for Lebanon so hard. I think she is one of the most beautiful girls in the competition. Venezuela. Venezuela to me is a very pretty girl. I just feel like her hair is too flat and it's very long. I think if they just like chop a layer or 2 in there, she'd be golden, but her hair is just so... Japan, a new favorite of mine. I like Japan a lot. Vietnam and India. So those are the girls that I'm predicting will make the cut, but there are so many standout girls, especially after prelims, that I have 5 more for you guys that I think could be alternates. So we may see them placed in there as well. Curacao. Curacao is very elegant when she was walking down the stage, especially in her evening gown. Denmark. Denmark was a favorite of mine going into this, and then I have to say I was very, very disappointed in her performance at the prelims. her hair, the dress, everything about it. It just was very underwhelming. Mexico is another one. I liked Mexico. I still like Mexico a lot. I still think she has a pretty decent shot at it. Guam. Guam is somebody who kind of popped out of nowhere. She's been featured a lot on their Instagram, and she just has such a light about her. And finally, Brazil. Another one, very beautiful, but very flat hair. There was like 3 in a row that have this very similar look with the center part and just this pin straight dark hair that's long. I don't know if that look is coming back, but I just cut some layers into there, maybe put it up, but it was just very like, it brings them down, it makes them look shorter. So these ladies are the ones I think that'll place in the top 10. USA, Ecuador, Kenya, Lebanon, and India. All beautiful, just I don't think ready for the top 5. So these next 2 girls are the girls I think that'll make it to the question and answer round. And they are Australia and South Africa. So that leaves the top 3. Now, I'm gonna stress this again. Strictly based off of my opinions. And I'm very afraid to tell you. I almost don't want to tell you, but I will because I'm a good sport. I still think that Colombia will be second runner-up. Colombia is always a top performer at the pageant. So now my top 2. I think, again, it's a toss-up between the 2. I think that Puerto Rico will be the first runner-up. Now Puerto Rico is beautiful. I would love to see her win. Puerto Rico hasn't got the Miss Universe title since 2006. So it'd be nice, it's been over 10 years, bring the crown back to Puerto Rico. Especially after everything with the hurricanes last year, it'd be a great way to shine a light on Puerto Rico and, you know, get everybody, let them know that there's still need for help. So I definitely would not be surprised seeing her up there in the top 5 and even in the last 3 and as the first runner-up, maybe even Miss Universe. And that, of course, means, if you guys have been following along, that I think Philippines, Katarina Gray, is gonna take home the crown. Philippines won back in 2015, so not too long ago, but there's just something about her when she's on stage. I had her as first runner-up in my last video. I'm picking her as winner now, and it really can go either way because we do have to take into consideration the largest part of this competition is the questions and how they respond to them. So if she does well in those, I don't see a reason why she wouldn't be in the last group of girls. But I could definitely see her with the crown, and I think she'll do amazing things with it, as I feel any of the girls will do. So the pageant's on Sunday. I'm gonna keep a close eye on the girls. That sounds really creepy. I'm gonna keep watch on the Instagram pages, any other things. National Costume happened too, and that was also a really fun show. Definitely check that out. If you're not into watching the preliminary show, definitely check out the National Costume show. My favorite was Japan. She dressed as Sailor Moon. But yeah, definitely follow me on my social media. I may or may not be posting some updates of who I may think will win. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'm not even gonna say comment down below because I know you guys are going to do it. And hit subscribe. I put out new videos every so often, and there's definitely gonna be a Miss Universe review coming to you guys on Monday. And yeah, I will see you guys then. Bye.